it down, chewing on it.
Driving across the driveway. Talk to me, guys. What are you talking about?
Well, one predicament.
I don't see a problem. What's the problem?
What? I'm not stuck. I am definitely not stuck. I could get this out. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it.
Oh, is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely not stuck.
Yeah, so to be fair, you were having to use the box blade to move the mound of dirt from the previous trench out of the way.
Right.
Right.
It doesn't have enough power to move all that dirt and to dig at the same time.
Plus, if your wheels are up on top of that dirt,
Yeah.
the trench isn't going as deep as it should.
Right.
I don't know if anyone's gonna be able to hear this. It's so dang windy.
Say what?
So that's what was happening. He was pushing the mound of dirt out of the way from the previous trench that got filled in because of all the things. But
And we're on a hill.
we're on a hill right next to a pond.
Yeah, we do not want to go into.
We don't want to see if this thing can swim.
And I'm not testing my swimming skills today.
Oh my gosh. So now we have a tire completely in a trench. Can you see that?
But I'm not stuck.
He's not stuck. He's not. No. Oh, you've got to. I'm supposed to be using a sod cutter right now. And I'm not. It's fine. Everything's fine. So now we've got to decide, do we take out this barbed wire fence? Or do we try to go more that way? Toward the pond. He votes fence. We will see. Okay, it is so windy out. It's insane. I mean, we're in a wind advisory and we're used to wind, so it's really, really bad. but I am inside the cabin so that I can kind of explain this where you can actually hear me. I'm in the master bedroom, and right outside our window is where my garden is gonna be, which of course makes me so happy. I get to wake up every morning and see my garden. It's also where the chicken coop is gonna be. Right off the back, well, we have an outside outlet, a box that's like an all-weather box, so that if we need to, we can run power out to the chickens or in the garden or wherever we might need to, and it'll just be easily accessible right there. We also, one of my favorite things, and I haven't been able to show it yet because every time I want to come down here and take a video of the outside of the cabin, it's windy. When we did our plumbing, we actually put 2 faucets on the outside of the cabin on the south side. One is cold water, one is hot. So in the winter, when I'm trying to clean things, like for the chickens, you know, their water, or, you know, work in the garden on a decent day, but I still don't want my hands in cold water, I can use hot water. When Mike suggested that, I was floored, like best idea ever. So I'm really excited about that, and it's gonna be really close to the garden. In the garden space, we were trying to decide how to do this without tilling. People are on 2 sides of the fence about tilling. I would like to be as minimally invasive as I can be. Also understanding that this is a pasture that is covered in prairie grass that has a root system like you would not believe, which is great for the grass, not great for our garden. Part of it is Bermuda, but it's this web of interwoven roots. We rented a sod cutter, and I'm going to cut strips in the areas where I want my garden beds. And then I will amend it, and I will mulch it, and I will tarp it until we're ready to plant in it. And we will let the microbes and the worms and all that come up and get to work in those upper layers that I put in, start breaking that down, and then hopefully by the time that we are ready to plant things in, oh gosh, we're getting close. Our last frost date around here is usually mid-April, and so we will be able to use those beds and plant directly into them. I would like to do some raised beds at some point, but right now I'm just happy to have a garden. I'm happy to get stuff in the dirt and to actually be able to plant and get things growing for this year with everything that we have going on. So directly under the window is going to be the old trampoline. We got that from my sister and her family. Her girls had outgrown it. They got to upgrade to a bigger trampoline. And I'm going to attempt to convert this to a chicken tractor for our meat birds that are coming in May. So over to the left, which is going to be in this area, is going to be the chicken coop. It's going to be right over here, and right through here, here, and here are going to be my garden beds. What made me think of a sod cutter? I don't know. I was thinking of ways that I could do this quickly. To have tarped it in the fall would have been ideal, but it just wasn't an option. We didn't know where things were going to be. We hadn't talked to our septic guy yet to figure out where our leach field and all of that was going to be, so we didn't know where we were going to be able to actually put the garden. Now that we have a plan, I was trying to figure out how to do it quickly and actually get a garden in this year. I don't know if this was a proper way of thinking, but in my mind, if I just slice off the top, I'm not disturbing all that stuff down below. And then I can amend the top. That good stuff from down below is able to come up into the new wood chips and compost and everything that I'm gonna put on top. I'm gonna tarp it for a couple of weeks, let it do its thing, and get to work. Whereas if I churned all that up, I'm introducing bad stuff from up top down below, including too much oxygen that is going to kill the good microbes that are down below. This should save that. I hope that's like the plan, that's the thinking. I could be totally wrong, but I was trying to think of a less invasive way to remove the grass situation without totally killing the soil. So that's the plan. We're gonna give it a shot. We'll see what happens. I've never used a trencher. It could be a disaster, may go smoothly. We don't know. But I'm going to see if I can get that going, and it's the first step for the garden. Well, I guess starting the seeds was the first step, but let's see if we can get some garden beds going. And then we'll have the sod to move over to the trench areas, and hopefully it's early enough in the year that grass is just starting to emerge, and hopefully it will be very quick and easy to take root and be able to cover those trenches, not only to help with backfill, but also mud, because we're gonna be moving into rainy time of year. I'm gonna get started and see if I can get this thing working. Okay, sod cutter might be my new favorite toy. That was really cool, really, really cool. I got some video of it in action, and I'm kind of in love. So this is probably going to be my go-to. Of course, I haven't rolled the sod yet. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna give it some time to kind of dry a little bit. I also do have to still get to work today, but I will roll it tomorrow afternoon and get it ready for putting on top of the trenches. Trenching is not going well. This trencher is a little bit offset from where the last trencher was, as far as where the blade is to the tires. So now, whenever Mike is trenching, the dirt, even though he tried to plow it off to the side, the dirt from the old trench is now backfilling in the new trench. So Mom and Ronnie are out there behind him shoveling the dirt out of the trench, which is probably what I'm going to do now until I go back to work.